before we get carried away, I do want you to know that this is going to be a rumor and speculation video only. So if that bothers you in any way, that I'm going to be talking about stuff that is not true as of yet, it's all rumor and speculation, turn the video off now. I'll give you a second. But now, let's talk about the GH5 rumors that are just coming out, coincidentally, right after the announcement of the 5D Mark IV. I wonder if this is an intentional leak, perhaps, to get people talking and get the buzz going, and I'm certainly contributing to that. But a lot of people find it interesting, so I want to talk about it because I personally find it interesting. I love looking at the rumors and the speculation because a lot of times it does turn out to be true, these things. You know, we saw that with the 5D Mark IV and now hopefully with the GH5. So enough of that, let's get right into it. The rumors that are stirring up now is that the GH5, there are two main things. The first one is that in 4K mode, there won't be any crop on the micro four thirds sensor. And if that's a little confusing, I totally understand because some people think of crop when they're comparing full frame to micro four thirds. But on the GH4, when you go to the 4K mode, it's actually a 2.3 times crop compared to the 1080 mode, which is a standard 2 crop, 2x, 2 times crop over full frame. So in regards to the GH4, 1080p, 2 times crop, 4K 2.3 times crop, which is kind of unfortunate that they had to do that. They had to crop in onto the sensor to do 4K on the GH4, but you know, you get a speed booster, there's some workarounds, so that's nice. Now, so the rumor is for the GH5 that it's not going to have that 2.3 times crop in 4K mode. It's just going to be the standard 2 times micro four thirds crop, which is really nice because with a speed booster or a speed booster XL, you're getting up into 1.5, 1.3 time crop, which is, you know, Super 35 definitely, but even encroaching upon that full frame level. So compared to the 5D Mark IV, which has a 1.74 crop in 4K mode, you know, with a speed booster and a GH4, you could easily overcome that and have a wider field of view, shallower depth of field, all of those great benefits that we all know and love about speed boosters. So the GH5, definitely a better feature to have than the GH4, where you're not having as much of a crop. Great. The other significant rumor that has come out about the GH5 is that it's rumored that it's going to record 10-bit 422 internally. Now, I'm assuming that's to SD cards. Totally possible. If you look at the Blackmagic Video Assist 4K, that uses SD cards. They are the UHS-2 cards that do it, but it records ProRes 422 10-bit right to an SD card on the Video Assist. So it's definitely possible. We'll see if it actually becomes true that the GH5 is able to do that internally. If it is, that's a huge benefit for anyone who's been looking at external recorders to get that higher quality footage, you know, just to be able to have that in the camera. That's a lot better than any of the other 8-bit 422 or 8-bit 420 codecs. I mean, that's what we're working with on the GH4 right now internally is 8-bit 420. So to go to 10-bit 422 internally on the GH5 would be a huge step up. Now, that likely means bigger file sizes, but maybe they're using different compression or codecs. We'll see. Who knows exactly, but that's the rumor, and it's certainly a nice benefit to have, so you don't have to have an external recorder necessarily. Still some benefits to recording externally, but maybe the GH5 will have some kind of even like 444 or 12-bit, or, you know, who knows what the output will be. But if we do the internal recording that way, that'd be cool. Other rumors that have been floating around for a while is that it's going to shoot 4K at 60 frames a second on the GH5. Also, very nice feature. I think I've talked about this in some of my GH5 speculation videos that, you know, having that higher frame rate in 4K is probably likely going to happen, and that 1080 on the GH5 will get a bump up to 120 frames per second. Also, very nice features to have when comparing to the 5D Mark IV that just got announced. You know, that maxing out at 4K 30. So if the GH4 does 4K 60, I love shooting at 60 frames. And on the GH4, it's a little unfortunate that I have to go to 1080p to get 60 frames per second. Not the end of the world, but it would be nice to be able to shoot 60 frames at 4K. Just saying. That would be very nice. Now, 60 frames at 4K, doing 10-bit 422, like who knows if that's the actual combination on the way it's all going to play out. That may be a bit much for SD cards. I'm not a technical genius in terms of SD card specifications and read and write speeds and what exactly you need, but interesting to think about. Now, does this mean I would, you know, prefer the GH5 over the 5D Mark IV or any other camera that's currently on the horizon? Absolutely. I love the GH4, and the GH5, if it actually has these features, is a clear upgrade from the GH4, the GH5 being that clear upgrade. And compared to the 5D Mark IV, I've been very disappointed with the specs on that camera. I'm sure it'll be fine for the people who like it and they like Canon color or whatever. That's nice, but the GH5, those extra features would be pretty awesome, and hopefully there's even more. Like, there's also other rumors that it's going to have in-body image stabilization, another huge amazing feature if it's actually good in-body image stabilization. We'll see. These are all rumors that are just floating out around there. You can read up on them a little bit more, but there's really not much more than what I've kind of talked about. It's just those kind of bullet point of like, this is going to be a feature without anything else included. But I think they're all going to probably come true. Not 100%, nothing's guaranteed, but they don't seem like features that are so far-fetched, and especially with Panasonic's emphasis on video on the GH series of cameras, it does make sense to keep beefing up those video features to make it a more compelling video camera all around. So it does make sense. We'll see if it actually all pans out, but I'm certainly eagerly anticipating the announcement and reveal of the GH5, hopefully sometime soon, because they say it's going to start shipping in 2017. And the GH4 shipped, I believe, in around like April or May when that finally was released. So we could be looking at maybe like an April-May timeline again for 2017, or it could be earlier or a little bit later. Who knows? But 2017 is again, nothing is 100%, but most likely the GH5 will be a 2017 camera. Hopefully, the announcement a little bit earlier, maybe soon within the coming weeks, maybe a little bit later. Again, who knows? It's all up in the air, but it's fun to talk about. If you have any specific features you'd like to see on the GH5, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to have your feedback. And if you're somebody who thinks the 5D Mark IV is a clear better camera than a potential GH5 with these rumors, let me know that as well. I'd love to talk to you and get your input or feedback, or like why you like the 5D Mark IV so much. To me, it just looks totally underwhelming, but everyone's got their own perspective and their own opinion, so I'd love to hear yours. Let me know in the comments below.